And we are live. Welcome back, guys. This is Genesis and bringing you guys another tutorial. Today we're doing skin detailing. We're detailing the skin of this character right here. I've already gone ahead and detailed this character. This is a character I've been working on, and I'm going to use this character to I'm going to detail this character the way you see it right here. If you go close, you can see pretty nice details on this character. We have this neck stuff, we have the lips right here, we have this some really nice detail on the face and all this stuff. And we're gonna go ahead and do that for this character. Let me see if I can just take out some stuff. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this, and it's free. But the caveat to this actually, and the caveat is that you are going to have to pay for one resource to be able to follow along with this tutorial, which is from Texture XYZ. It's not that expensive, but I don't know. Okay, this is texture.xyz. That's the name of the URL here if you want to get it. All the URLs that we are going to use, all the files or the links we're going to use to follow along with this tutorial, I'm going to show you where you can get it, because we're going to use alphas. We need a lot of alphas to get all those really nice skin details in ZBrush. So let's get started. So we go to skin. When you go to texture.xyz, you're going to see this beautiful website, and you go to skin, and we're going to go to face displacement. Now, when you go to face displacement, you go to alpha skin faces. Now, as you can see, they said 175 skin alphas for sculpting, and you can see these are the 175 skin alphas for sculpting. We have things that you're going to get when you buy this. It goes for $39.90. This is the caveat. This is the only thing you have to spend money on to actually follow along with this tutorial. I'm sorry, guys, it's not totally free. This is how I detail my skin. I need Texture XYZ to actually do it, to get this realistic skin details. They have really cool alphas, and they get them from I think they get them from real skin, and it's really amazing. And so I recommend you get this stuff because it's really, really good. It's money well spent, and you're gonna be, if you're a character designer, you're gonna be using this for a long time. So I advise you get this. So like you see, when you get this, you're gonna get a male face, a 30-year-old male face, a 40-year-old, a 20 female face, a 20s female face, and we have a 60s female face, a 30 female face, and a 40 female face. So no matter the kind of age group you want to do, you can get that with this alpha. So it is really good, money well spent. So I've already gotten this, so I hope you guys can afford to get this so that you can follow along. And the next thing we're going to get, which is free this time, guys, is this. Like I said before, I'm going to drop all the links in the info down below. So this is called this is a free brush. You could actually use this to get really good stuff. I just like using Texture XYZ because the details in Texture XYZ alphas are amazing. You could use this. This comes with let me see if I can open this. Yeah, this comes with a lot of brushes, a lot of alphas that you can use for your skin. Like you can see in this image, you have one for the chin, forehead, and this, and you could actually use only this to get really nice skin. But I just think Texture XYZ is amazing because it really comes with real human skin. I think this was made, the things here are actually made from ZBrush and exported an alpha, but Texture XYZ really does the job for me, so I'd rather use this. And the next thing you're going to get, alpha you're going to get, is this, and this is for the lips. Texture XYZ doesn't give you lips, it only gives you the skin, and that's why I actually need this, because I'm going to actually need some of this stuff, or some of the alphas that comes with this brush, to actually fill up some of the places Texture XYZ can get to. So I'm going to show you real quick. this is my reference board. This is pure ref. This is what I use for my reference, and this was the reference I used for my reference board I used for making this character. So I'm sorry I'm doing like a prologue before this tutorial. I just think this is necessary before you jump into detailing your skin. There are a lot of skin detailing tutorials out there, and I just wanted to go a little bit in depth before I go into the tutorial. And this is going to be a long tutorial, guys. Sorry, I just want to give the best possible information to you guys out there. And so this is texture XYZ. This is, you can see it has like, comes with like I think 25 or 24 alphas. So I think this 24, this is the last one. So you see 1, 2, 3, you have like one alpha for this part of the face, this part of the face, this part of the face, this part of the face. So if you go ahead and buy this alpha, you will get all this. And let me see if I can bring up the folder real quick. So when you buy this alpha, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get let me see, view large. You're going to get all this. You can see 20 female face 20s, in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 60s, and 30s, 40s. So this is what you're going to get when you get this stuff, guys. So and they tell you that you have to put this in mid value when you want to use the alphas. I'm going to go through all the process that you need to actually detail your skin. So I think I've done enough talking. Now let's jump into this tutorial. So like I said, we are going to be texturing this beautiful young lady here, and I'm going to start this from afresh so that you guys can see. So I'll see you guys soon real quick. Okay guys, we're back, and we're back with a fresh start. We have no skin details, and we're going to detail this skin from scratch. Hope you guys have downloaded all the necessary materials to start this. So let's get started. So first of all, yeah, one last thing before I start this tutorial for real is, unfortunately, I'm not going to be giving this out. I'm not going to be giving this model out. Usually I would like to give my models out, but I won't be giving this model out. So that's it. And let's get started. Okay, and one thing I would like to do now is mask out some areas where we would like to do this. So no, let's first of all go to geometry. Yeah, right now I'm at 145 active point at subdivision 4. If I go to subdivision 6 right now, it's at 2 million. Now let me show you guys one thing. Let me go and get those alphas here. So it's called, I think it's called texture XYZ. It's loading, and we're gonna get these 20s. Yes. Now, for example, if I should double click on this, I'm using my standard brush actually. So if I should double click on this, yeah, now we see it appear on the alpha. Now, if I should drag this, oops, yeah, now we can't just drag this. We have to like change it from stroke to drag. And if I should drag this, now you see there's a blob, something growing around it. And another thing I want you guys to see is that I don't know what this is. This is like gibberish. Because do you know why this is happening? Because we don't have enough subdivision. And you might be thinking, how can we have enough subdivision? It's 2 million. Yes, we still need more. We need to divide this even further. And when we do that, we divide this again. Now we are going to have like 9 million active points. Now, if we should drag this, now we can see those skin details. I don't know if you can see this. You can see better skin details. And another thing you should know is on the focal, when I'm doing this, I'm going to take my focal down to -100 because I don't want any fading. Because if we put this back to 0 and we drag, you can see there's a fade around. Yeah, I don't want that. I want all the alphas. So oops, Yeah, I think I know what's causing that. So I'm going to go to alpha. So first of all, let me go to 0. Now, like I said before, oops, sorry. As I said before, there's a blob coming around this. So I'm going to change this to go to alpha. I'm going to go to modify, and I'm going to do surface. So surface is going to be 50. So now when we do this, we don't see that blob anymore. So it doesn't pull the mesh up. So because now it's on surface, and when we do surface, sorry, I'm this is real. I want this to be as in depth as possible. That's why I'm going through this. This is not your quick tutorial. So I'm sorry for that. So when you click on surface, it actually turns this to 50 mid value. So in case in the future, maybe you get like an alpha map, an alpha, and you want to then you see that blob happening, you don't know why that is happening, just go to your alpha, modify, and change it to 50, or you click surface. So if you click off surface, it goes back to 0. So when you put this, it goes back to 50. That's like the mid level of the gray value there for the black and white thingy. So now that it's a surface, if we drag, now we see better stuff, and now we have 9 million, so we have enough subdivision for this texture. One last thing you have to do is, we don't want the intensity to be 25. That is way too much. So we want something like 14. And yes, so now that we drag, it's decent now. We have nice texture. Now we have this fading. I don't want this fading. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this to -100. Now we have all our textures. Now, but we have some thick lines. So we might just like make it, oh, it's auto saving. Sorry guys, I do auto saving like every 5 minutes, so every few seconds, I guess. So let me get -92, I guess. So now we don't, yeah, it's okay, but I still want everything. By the way, each alpha is going to intersect with another, so it's not really bothering me that much. So let's get started. But before we start, we have to put this on the layer so that we can work safely. So we'll go to layer, and we're going to create a new layer right now. We're going to create a new layer, and we're going to call this forehead. Okay. Now we're just saying this is the layer we're going to use for the forehead. Yeah, and I'm going to bring this in so that you can see what I'm doing now. So right now, if I should press my comma key on my keyboard to bring this spotlight, now I am using 1 alpha. Like I said, there are like 24 alphas here. I'm using 1 alpha. So number 1 alpha, and that's what it's right here with the alpha modified to surface mid value 50. Okay. Now, so this is like my guide here. So I'm going to use number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 4. Yeah, so what I like to start with is number 3. I like to start with the center here. So we see in forehead, and we'll go to spotlight. Number 3. Let's find that real quick. So our alpha is still going to be at 50. So we're going to drag this. I'm just going to bring this here so that you guys can see what I'm saying here. Close saving again. Like I said, I think it's every minute. So so we're going to drag this up. Now, oh sorry, first of all, I like to mask. So right now I want to create like a haircut, so I know where my hairline is going to start from. So I know, bring out symmetry, activate symmetry. So I'm just going to create like a haircut real quick. Okay, now we'll have like an haircut, so I know where I can go and where I don't have to go. So I know where I have like a working canvas to work on this. So I'm just gonna take off symmetry and drag up. Make sure, yeah, drag up this way, just not too much. Now we can see those really nice skin details from 3. Now we're gonna add like 2. 2 is a bit below, so we're just gonna go down here and just choose 2. Get 2 there. And we get 1. One is actually off to the side here. Oops. So we need to get 4 for you. I'm gonna drag that down there. So now we need to get 5. It's too close to 3. Let's bring it to the side a bit. Maybe it's too up above. Let's bring it lower. Yeah, I think that's it. Now 6. Just gonna get 6 real quick. Yeah. Now we can see those really fine details there on the skin. Now, this is actually everything. We just need to like get alphas and just that painting this character with these alphas in the forehead. But one thing I'm going to show you guys is the cool thing about this. Let's say, for instance, yeah, is we feel this is too intense. That's the cool thing about layers, right? So in the layer palette now, I can go ahead and just decrease the intensity of this thing. You see? Now you see that. Now you can make it even less intense. That's why I like working when I'm doing skin details. I like working with alphas, and I like naming all the sections I'm working in and all that. So this is it. This is basically it. So you can actually stop the tutorial right now and just go do yours. Yeah, but I'm just going to finish off the face. I'm going to go throughout the ears, and this all is the neck, the chest here, which I'm not using texture XYZ for that. I'm using like some other alphas that I showed you that we have to go. Yeah, and I sent the links for you below. I'm going to put the links for you below and the website if you watch the beginning of this tutorial. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do this. I might speed up some aspect of this video. I'm not sure yet. If it's too long, I might have to speed it up just to make the video a bit shorter. But I'm sure based on what I've just shown you guys have the basic understanding of this tutorial. So let's get started. So now we're done with the forehead. I'm just going to cross the new layer. And I'm going to name this one mid face. So the mid section of the face. So my mid section here is midsection 7. 7. And 7. I'm masking these areas because I don't want the mask to just come off, because sometimes we can't really control this. So I'm going to drag in number 7 like this. So I'm just going to clean some aspect of this because you have some really sharp corners there. And just we're going to fix some of those areas with some other alphas. So we got 7 and we have some really nice tricks that if we were to do this ourselves would take ages. So yeah, okay, now I want to do the other part of the face, which is the other part of face, which is this side, which is number 24. Gonna clean this aspect here. Then the next thing I'm going to do is 8. Right. I'm going to mask this space because I don't want some of those skin details to be shown. Just going to keep going through the numbers. Now look at that. This is like really nice detail just with us pulling out some of those things. So we can get all those displacements from this map and we're putting it on top of this face, and you can see we have really cool results already. So that's how I do this. So let's keep going. We're almost done. Oops. I'm just going to create a new layer. Call it lower face. Like you see those beautiful bumps. Like imagine you sculpting those things one by one. It take a hell of a long time sculpting. So alphas are really a great way to actually do that. So it's a quick way. It's not as if you can do that, but alphas are way better, in my own opinion. Now you can see some parts are not perfect. Yeah, because it's like it's smoothing this side. So you can use some of the brush, the alphas you've already used. For instance, you could just go to alpha 15 and just pull after 15 here. Just put out 15 here. That would just fix that part there. It just looks really nice. It's still looking weird. So I think I'm just going to do without alpha 14 because it's not really looking nice. Yeah. So I'm going to use alpha. I'm going to use the bits. Let me just use it just a tiny bit. Just right there, and I'm just going to clean it off here where it's really, yeah. I'll get alpha 15, and now I'm just gonna, yeah. Now that'll fix it up as well, so you can't really tell. So now we are kind of done with this face. So we have this face textures, we have all this, but we still have some patches that we would like to fix. And this is where the other brushes come in, those patches. But before we do that, I would like us to work on the lips, and then we'll move to fixing some of those patches that this doesn't have. So let's do that, and let's go to the lips, and we don't need this anymore. So we'll create a new layer, and we'll name it lips. In lips, we're going to start with the upper lip here. Okay, we're done masking the lips, so we're just gonna switch it. Now we have this really nice clean mask, so we can just fix that area. Now we have to go get our lips. Like I said, we have to go get lips detail. We have to go download this. It's actually free. You can just dash him or give him any money you want to give him, just to be fair, if you want to be generous, but it's actually free. And let's get started. If you've gotten this, we should just go get started. So go to our spotlight, and we'll go to alphas, and we'll go to the lips here. Now if we go to the lips, you will see lips lower, lips upper, lips upper left, lips upper right, lips lower right, lips. So these are different part of the lips. So we're going to start with the upper lip here. So we'll start with the mid section. That's what I like to start with. So this, and if we set our stuff right, I'm sure if we set everything is on surface, mid value. Oops, I'm going to mid upper. So we're going to just drag like before, but for the lips, it's the alpha is not that strong. So what I'm going to do is increase intensity like something like 50, because we want all those lines to come out. So I'm just, there's so much. For this one, we will need our focal length, our focus shift to be maybe like this, 12. Yep. Yeah. Keep pulling till you get what you want. Maybe it's a bit too strong. Yeah, like 40. And let's take this focus shift back to 0. So we're gonna, yeah. No, I think this is way better. Now we have that lip, and you can see that Now we're going to get the left and right. So let's go get there. So we have lip lower, no, we need lip upper right. Lip upper right. So we're just gonna so close. Yep, lip upper right, and that looks gorgeous. So go to this lip upper left. And just like that, magic, we have good lips. Now we're going to go to the bottom aspect of this lip. So we're going to take this out, start painting. Okay, we're done masking. Now let's start painting. So we'll go to the lip lower mid. And we're gonna just drag this. Maybe you can take this down a bit. So, like that, we go to the lip lower mid, lip lower right. Lip lower right, lip lower left. And just like that, we have beautiful lips from that alpha. Lips are more generic, so you can use these lips for anything actually, because nobody goes and starts saying, oh, I like the way your lines, this is different. So you can use the same lips for anything actually. So yeah, this is the lip. And let's go ahead and work on other parts of the face. So we're going to work on all these other parts of this face just to see, because we can't leave it all smooth because the skin is never smooth throughout. So we have to add all those details here. And that's where we need our next alpha pack, which is this. Download free ZBrush skin. This is also free. Click on download link here and you're going to get this, and you can install it into your brush folder in your Z file, Pixologic file in your system, directory C or something like that. So let's jump right to it. So if we go to our spotlight and we go to brushes and I go to, let me see, skin, voila. So we can see all these other skin thing that we're going to do. So we're going to pick some of this stuff here and we're going to use it to fix some of those patches that we have in texture extra Z maps, something like this, because we don't have enough details for this side. So we're going to go back to mid face. Oops. We're going to go back to mid face layer because that's the mid section of the face, and we're going to just start working on this aspect. So we're going to pick I'm going to pick this one. So now this is a brush, so you don't need to set the intensity or anything because it knows the right, the person who made this knows the right intensity for it. So we're just going to try some stuff. So It's gonna pull. So if you pull, we can see that aspect here. Am I mistaken on? Okay, so it's masked, so the mask is still there. So I'm just going to clean some of this mask off. Clean it, some of this off, so we can get some. So yeah, we're just gonna do this a bit. Just to give it, so you can see it has its own intensity, but I'm going to make it a bit low, like 10, 9, and I just want subtle. Just try and match, yeah, just try and match it. It goes like this, yeah. It goes like that, just match it, yeah. Now you can't really tell the difference that this was gotten from two different alphas, so I'm just gonna try and match it, yeah. Let's try and match it there. Just blend everything together. So now, if we should do this, we should clean this. Now we have fixed this area, so we are still gonna come back and fixing some of this other part. So let's get to it. Now, think of some of our faces. Yeah, perfect. Coming back to the nose, but let's fix the nose. Let's do some nose. So we're gonna get some reference for the nose. So you can see the nose is kind of like rough a bit. In some of my reference, you can see this kind of texture on the nose. So we are trying to like replicate some of this texture, and this brush just so has that kind of alpha. So I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this. This is the perfect. This is like a generic skin alpha. So if we draw that, you can see that it's really amazing. I can just draw this, and it's free. This brush is free. You can actually use this to just skin this whole texture. It's just I prefer using this. I'm just showing you my workflow. I won't to like lie or anything like that. So you can see intensity is 8, so we can just keep drag it around, drag some bigger, drag some smaller. Doesn't matter, just give it more variations. So we can even drag it on top of this alpha. So yeah, just put it there, put it there, put it there. Now that nose looks perfect. Do you know what? I'm just going to Ctrl Z all this and create a separate section for the nose, just in case. Yeah, just in case this skin is the height map for the skin is too much and my nose is not that much, and I want everything to sink in when I'm exporting my normal maps from ZBrush. So I'm just going to Ctrl Z all this. So I'm just going to move back to this aspect. Okay. So just create a new layer. I'll just call it nose. Name it nose. Yeah. Always work with layers. It really helps when you want to like really start playing around with this intensity, so that before you bake everything into the skin, you have like more control. So let's go and do what we did before. So do this. On this other part of the nose, it's kind of really intense. So I'm just gonna make it 10. Yeah, so that we can see more. Yes. And then why sometimes you want this to be a lot is when baking out your normal maps, yeah, or maybe you go to Substance Painter and you like to bake it. Some of these details will be lost sometimes. So sometimes you just want it more, like more intensity, so that you still get some of those things back, because some of these things are going to be gone, and it's more like a blending. And when you add colors, it's gone. You won't, the colors is going to wipe some of the details out. You won't even see beauty of all these things that you've done. Like, where's all my hard work? So you're just gonna blend it there, blend it. Let's keep dragging. So voila. Now we have that. You can go ahead and put like O's you get. So I think it has some nose pause. And a nose pause is just one alpha. Just nose. So you might have to go and do like maybe a spray, put this on a low intensity, and like maybe spray this around the nose. I don't use this, I don't like the effect it gives me on this. I have a brush where I use for my nose, but you have to buy that, and I don't want you guys to buy any other thing. But I'm just gonna show you guys anyways. It's a brush, in case any of you want to get it. It's a brush you get for flip normals. I got from flip normals. It's called Skin Kit Map. So you can go with flip normals, and they have like this is like amazing too. So you can go ahead and choose this, but you can get away with this. So I just don't want you guys to feel like this is too expensive a tutorial. What the hell? Anyways, so oops, make sure you're on this, on standard, and you're gonna go to pause, and then I can just, oh, you see that's too much, because we're on standard. We just put this at maybe 12. So now we can have those tiny pause. That's if you go get it. It's cheap on flip normals, I think. I don't want to go to the site now, just, yeah, it should be like $10. I can't remember how much I got it. So yeah, if you want that, but I don't think it's necessary, because in our reference you can't really see any pause. Yeah, nah, you can't really see anything, because it's mostly rough dots. So you don't need that. I just like putting that there, but you don't need that. Okay, and we have those details. So I think we have to go ahead and do this aspect of the high. So which you have to check your reference. Always check your reference. As you can see, we have this kind of detail, which looks like, let me see. So to achieve this, we have to change symmetry, and this face is not totally symmetrical. So yeah, I have to work non-symmetrical for this aspect. Okay, let's start working on this aspect of the face. I think, what did I use? We'll go back to brushes, go back to skin. So I named the folder, and I think it was this I used. I think it was it, then I reduced the intensity. I'm not sure, because stuff may. I think it was it. Yep. And you could reference, yep, I think it is. This really gives us the effect on the eyes. You can just blend it, blend it. I think it's upside down, so yeah. And so you can even reduce intensity going down here because it's kind of light going down. It's too low. So yeah, that's what I used. I think so. I'm human, guys. I am human. Be like, I thought it was good. How come he doesn't know what brush he used? Then stupid tutorial. So yeah, yeah, I think this works. Excuse that. And it's set this to 5. Yeah, and this is just a tutorial. You know, when you actually doing your actual work, you have to be really meticulous and make sure everything that you're doing is on point and you're not rushing. And this could take like hours, even if you're using alphas. I think this, when I was doing this, it took me like, for me to get my result, it took me like 2 to 3 hours because I was really trying out things to make sure everything works out. So the next thing I'm going to use is I'm going to go back to this. I love this because this is just like a generic skin. So you could use it to blend in some stuff because it's more like a generic skin texture. So you could just blend some part of the face because it just fits in everywhere. The thing about texture XYZ is that it's really good because you have this direction, because our skin have direction. It's like if I could get some really close up skin, you see like they are going somewhere. They're not just holes in the face. They have directions that they go to. Like you can see here, it's going upward. So you have to really study the skin and know what directions they're going to. That's why I like Texture Extra Z, because it's like a real person's face and it gives all those directions where the skin goes to. It's not just dot on the face or like those pillow holes. So you have to really do that. So what I'm going to use the generic skin to fill up this place just to give it, you know, just to fill this place and blend this place a bit. Yeah. And you can even reduce the intensity a bit so it blends better. So you just don't have. Because Texture is where Z has done like the heavy lifting work for us, so you don't have to do so much work. So you can even clean this up and just add increase intensity here. It's not really blending. Yeah, that blends better. Yeah, that blends better. That blends better. Saving. Sorry for the auto saving. Okay. So we pretty much done all this. Like if you go back to the top, the head, the forehead, let me just click on this. Now let's just make sure it covers, our mask covers all those areas, because those are where the hairs are. And you see, made a mistake and go further, but it doesn't matter because we wear in a scarf, so we won't see all that. So for this for the years. So I'm just going to create a new layer, and I'm going to call it here. I think my year needs some. Yeah, the year needs work because I didn't really do much work for the years because I was like, the scarf is gonna cover it, so why do so much work? I did the base year because I just needed this yellow. Yeah, so I didn't care to me. So yes, I'm going to like mask the years. Yeah, where it's going to show you guys where. Okay, now we can just do this. We're under years, and we can just take this generic thing to like if I bring my reference here, and I think I have a year here somewhere. I think I played it. Oh, okay, yes, somewhere like this. You can see it's just tiny dots, just the generic skin. The line you can see this lines. The face has lines, so lines. So let's try and get that effect. So if you're trying to do realistic skin, I don't really do too realistic. I do semi-realistic stylized. That's my style for my artwork. Realistic is I try to get there when I get obsessed with work. It's really tedious work, especially if you're doing likeness. Holy jeez, that is so much work. It's hours and hours of work. So I love realistic, but I like to put stylize a bit of stylize into it, not to make it look too realistic, but close. Because sometimes I'm like, what's the point? Like, if you're trying to make it so super real, yeah, and you're like, okay, what's the point? But yeah, point is you can make it real, I guess. Yeah, yeah, everyone with their cup of tea. It's art at the end of the day. It's just art. Do whatever you think you like. Okay, okay, and our face looks lovely. We can increase the intensity of this just to maybe put a 14 just to up with the nose. I know I'm working on the wrong layer, but it's a tutorial. You know, so up with the nose there, just patch it out. Yeah, look at that face. It's looking glorious, actually. Glorious. What is looking here? Now we have to work on the eye. I'm just going to use years too because I don't want to go ahead and start creating layers for everything. And let's work on this eyelid. Yeah. I feel lazy and I think this tutorial is already too long. I'm sure you guys will be like, ah, I'm tired. When is it ending? I will relax, patient, my party one. We're almost there. A great artist must be patient. I hope you guys like this tutorial because I'm actually just trying my best to give as much knowledge as I can just to like because I know there are people out there trying to figure this stuff out and it might be a pain and some tutorials on YouTube don't really go in depth and everybody's all worried about the views and the likes and I'm like why don't you just make a good tutorial, you know? I know sometimes like can be really boring, some people don't want to watch, and when you don't get those likes, it might be hard. But it's an education purpose. We're trying to teach here. But anyways, I digress. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, let's flip this, and we're gonna use this one. Yeah, I think this one. It has this. Yeah, it has this spiral thing. Yeah, this line thingy. Actually, let me get my reference. You see this eye? It has this, and I think this just does the effect for me. Yeah, so we can just like this is what we're gonna use for the neck also. So it's multi-purpose. That's what I used because I'm lazy. Auto save. You know why I do my auto save so quick? Because I'm so lazy to actually go save. So just in case ZBrush does its crashing thing, I don't lose my files. Lazy, yeah. Why are we artists lazy sometimes? Yep. Now we can go and get like maybe damp standard, then like maybe tone this down, take a stroke, go to lazy mouse, take this lazy mouse like 30 and just like maybe draw some lines ourselves just to not to be lazy and say I'm an alpha drawer. I didn't sculpt all these details. Alpha did. Anyways, so you can just play around. Yeah. Yeah, for all these patches here, you could just go ahead and just fix that with some of the things I've taught you. So now we're done with this. Now we have to move to the neck, then to the chest, and we're done with this tutorial, I promise. So for the neck region, yeah, we are going to use this, just the same brush here. Yeah, maybe increase the intensity to make 12. And just start drawing this. Okay, I think 12 is too intense. Now let me show you reference. Always use your reference. So you see the neck has this chicken. I don't know if you guys have seen when you peel off the feathers of chicken. It looks like this. Our skin looks like chicken. Maybe we are chickens. So you can see that. So we want to try and get that stuff. Okay, not too big. Calm down. Then you draw another one and just try and blend it together. Draw another one. Like I said, the skin that's direction. You can use this for the forehead too. That's why I said this alpha, this brush pack, the free one, this one, you can use it to actually texture the whole skin. But I just like textures, like I've said 1,000 times, because it's coming from a real scanned human. So just keep doing this. Make some bigger, make some smaller. Just get those variations in. Okay. Now it's looking really good though. Now, so it doesn't just look repetitive, you just have to go to your damn standard, reduce this brush to very small, and take your stroke. And yeah, so 50 is good. Body saving. So, and you just start drawing some line. I think this is a really, yeah. Just start drawing. Get your reference though, so and you can branch it out. You know, you can branch it out like this, and yeah. I think my brush is way too big, so I was gonna reduce the size a little bit more. Yeah, like that. And you can pick from somewhere and just branch it out. Yeah. Yeah, you can just double it some more because there's doubling effect. It's not like a straight line. Yeah. Then you can now go back to that brush because I think I did a sloppy work there, but I think I can fix it. And just take the intensity like maybe 10 and just maybe drag in more so that you can just blend that sloppy work. Usually this noise tutorial take time to draw that because that might take some hours, but I don't want to do that to you guys. So yeah, I think this is fixable. Yeah, I think that works. That blends it a bit. Sorry for the sloppy work there. Yeah. Tutorial. You need to practice yourself. Don't just watch it. So yeah, so we're gonna work on this other part, and what we're gonna do there is use our this 12 round cellular brush. Let's take this off so I can see the brush. So I'm not put it at maybe 10, and I'm just gonna start drawing out. Like I said, it's a generic skin. If we look at our reference on this side of the body line, we have generic alphas. So it's tutorial is over, guys. Like there's nothing else to teach. You can go ahead and like and subscribe now. Even if you hate the tutorial, you think it's too long, like and subscribe. You need it. You need it. Why? Trust me. I'm from the future. Oops. So yeah. So guys, this is the skin detail. I went in my original work. I went around and like did some work on the head because I was enjoying the moment of doing this, and I sculpted some added some more details and did some more intense work in refining this stuff. Let me show you guys. So yes, let me show you guys what I did earlier. I'm just gonna solo this. So same thing, same work we did, same work. Taught you my technique, my secrets. You have them now. Go make yours. Make me proud. So guys, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the tutorial, and you can check out my other videos on the channel, like how to take this to Substance Painter. I might do a Substance Painter on how I texture this character, but there's a video on my channel where I taught how to bake your normal mouth from ZBrush. Guys, like taking your normal mouth from ZBrush instead of baking it in Substance Painter, because Substance Painter can take more than 2 million polygons. I don't know if they fixed that now, but this is 9 million polygons. And if you want to take this 9 million polygons of detail into Substance, it might crash. So there's a video in my channel where I showed you guys how to bake this 9 million into your low poly mesh, and you can go to Substance Painter and texture and marmoset and the rest. So like and subscribe. Said that a million times. Peace.